All right, everybody. This is a broadcast of the Ebony Star Network. This is Team Black Star. We're up. We're going to be talking to the Thunder Princess, hailing all the way from Ghana, Africa. We will discuss the African diet and how Africans cook their food and the way they eat their food and why they eat certain things that we do not eat. And also how their climate caused them to cook food a certain way. Going to be a very interesting conversation. It's Team Black Star, and it's up right now. Drop it, Dame. All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? It is Team Black Star once again in the building. For those who don't know this show, it is our African-based show, broadcasting out of Ghana, Africa, by the way of the E Nation. Our host, the Thunder Princess Abina Abeko, and me, the Black Knight, want to welcome you to Team Black Star, where we will be talking about all things African and even sometimes African American. All right. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Uh, okay. Before we get started here, let me get a sound check real quick.
All right, can hear you just fine.
All
Abino?
right,
Yeah,
all right,
it's very clear. I
all
can
right.
hear
Let's
you
get
very clear.
okay. Good. Let's get the show on the road. What's up, everybody? It's me, the Black Knight. I'd like to introduce the Thunder Princess. Come on in there, Abby. Are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
All
What's
right. How
up,
you doing?
everyone? I'm good. And you?
I'm all right. How's the weather over there in Ghana?
Oh, the weather been cool
What
because
time is
we are
it?
in the festival season. Okay,
Yeah. What
it's
time is it in Ghana right now?
11:33 p.m.
Wow, it's late. It's almost midnight down there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So let me tell everybody how we came about this show. The inspiration from the show was actually we did Ladies' Night last night, and if you was watching Ladies' Night, there was an exchange about the way Africans eat their food, right? So we looked at it and we said, "Hey, this is a good idea. Let's bring out the information on how Africans eat, okay, and how they eat their food, how they prepare their food, and how the climate also goes into how they prepare their food." Okay, we thought this would be great information to share with y'all, and we have an authentic African person with us, the Thunder Princess. So let's kick it off. Let's get started. So, Abby, so let's start with this. There was a mention of cow skin. Okay,
Okay.
so let's clear that up. Why do African people chew cow skin? And before you ask, let me ask this too: Do they cook the cow skin? Because I know over here we have some Muslim joints called steak and takes, or steak and take places where they cook chicken skins. You know, and
Okay.
you get a bag of chicken skins, and you put some steak sauce on them and shit. And they say they off the hook. So, do Africans do the same thing with cow skin? Do they fry the cow skin, or maybe put some sauce on it? Like, how do they chew a cow skin? Is it cooked or is it raw? Enlighten us on that.
Okay. This is how Africans chew their cow skin. We cook it and then we use to prepare any kind of sauce. If it is stew or soup, we use it to prepare the soup or the stew. And the reason why we chew cow meat, cow skin, is that cow skin does not have any fats in it. Cow skin does not give you anything. When you chew cow skin, you are not going to have any problem with your body, maybe having any fatness or it may be any things that the cow meat itself bring it to you. You're not going to have it when you chew the skin. That is why it looks like we love the skin more than the meat itself.
Now let me
Because
ask
the
you
skin,
now hold on, let me interrupt real quick. Now we eat cow too over here, right? I have to admit I've never had the cow skin. I didn't even know you can even get cow skin. I mean, this is even new to me, right? I've had chicken skin. I've had crackling and all that. I've never had any cow skin. So let me ask you one thing, okay? Africans are much different than Black Americans. Even the way we eat food, right? So do y'all have a mentality of not wasting what you eat, and you find uses for what you eat? Like, for example, when you eat the whole cow, you try to find uses for everything on the cow, even the skin.
yes, we don't want to waste anything on a cow. That's why we chew the skin off. And then, you see, when you waste it, it's like you're throwing some of the things away.
Uh-huh.
And you cannot eat the meat alone and leave the skin. That is
Uh-huh.
why we chew the skin as well.
Hmm.
And we make sure when we chew the skin, we cook it well. It
Hmm.
be well cooked. When you cook it well, you don't have any problem because the skin is going to be soft. So whenever you chew it, it's going to digest it early more than the meat itself.
Oh. So let me ask you a question. Why do some Africans eat cow skin? Because I know you mentioned something that some of them, the reason why they eat the cow skin is because they don't chew meat.
Right? They don't want the meat at all because the meat give us fat and the meat have oil. The meat can give you cholesterol, but the
Mm,
skin will not give it to you. So they want to chew the skin more than the meat. They prefer the skin more than the meat
mm.
so that they will be healed from those cholesterol, fats, and those of other diseases that meat will give it to you.
Now, how do you prepare the cow skin? Do you fry it in oil? Do you bake it? Do you boil it? How do you prepare a cow skin?
Okay, the cow skin we cook, but before we cook it, we bake it. When you bake it finish, you wash it, then you cut it into pieces, and then you put it on fire, steam it with maybe your onion, your garlic, so another things that you want. So when you finish frying, steaming it, then you can pour your water on it to cook it very well. Before you
Mm,
use it, if you're going to use it for a stew or a sauce, then you can go ahead to fry and use it for your sauce, or you just put it in your sauce without frying it. But if it is soup, you just cook it in the soup. That way you don't need to cook it because the soup already is going to cook in
mm-hmm.
water. Yeah. So then you have to put it in the soup and cook it as well.
All right, all right, all right. This is Team Black Star. We were in the building. Our African-centric show, hosted by the Thunder Princess himself, Abina Abeko, and I am the Black Knight co-hosted. So you and I had a conversation in the back chat about beans one time, okay? And I remember you
Right.
was telling me that we should never eat beans from a fast food restaurant or a restaurant because restaurants probably don't do something that's very important that you should do when it comes down to cooking beans. Now, I seen my mother do this when I was younger. She would cook lima beans or black eyed peas, kidney beans, any kind of beans except for beans in a can, right? She would soak them in water. She would have a big old sink full of water and she would throw the beans in there and she would soak them overnight. So tell everybody why it's important to soak beans overnight.
Okay. The reason why it's important for you to soak beans in the night is that the gas in beans is more. And every human being don't need, even we need the protein, but we don't need the gas. So when you soak the beans in the night before in the morning cooking it, the gas, half of the gas is being gone. So when you cook it, you are going to get the protein rather than the gas. Because when you eat more gas, but more other restaurants or most of the restaurants don't have the time to soak it before cooking. They will just wash it and put it in water on fire. So
Uh-huh.
then
That's why. Uh,
when you eat, you have a lot of gas
wow.
instead of you to have the protein.
So that's why some of us, a lot of us, after we done ate some baked beans from a restaurant, whatever, we come out and we just feel with enough gas to get us from here to freaking Pittsburgh, right? Because the uh, um, the restaurants are probably not doing this very important procedure, which is soaking the beans in water to release the gas before cooking. Now, does this release all the gas in the beans depending on what type of beans there are, or it release most of the
Yeah,
gas?
it release most of the gas.
Hmm.
Most.
Does it matter what type
It
of bean it is?
it doesn't matter because all beans is beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So move. All right. All right. All right. Shout out to Kendall Rowland in the in the building. Shout out to Bella B.
Hey Bella B.
Okay.
Hey Kimberly.
Okay. So now let me ask you this. Now let's get down to vegetables, or as our French people say, vegetables. Let's get down to the vegetables. Okay. Now, also it was mentioned that some vegetables that y'all cook until they're completely broken down. Okay, to almost they're mushy or soupy. Some greens you do like that. I don't know about other vegetables you do like that. So let's explore that even further. Give us a breakdown on how you cook your vegetables and why you cook them a certain way. Like, let's start with greens. How do you cook greens and why you cook them a certain way?
Okay, our grains that we've been eating is different from your grains.
Uh,
I know we own as I know our own is like we normally base on the grains like contomere and then sometimes we mix with cabbage and
Let
then
me ask you this: do you have collard greens in Africa?
no, we don't normally use it.
What
They
about
have it,
mustard
but
green?
no.
Do you have kale?
Yeah, we have it, but most of us don't normally use it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Okay, we're gonna
here,
come
but
back,
we
and that's
don't use
very
it.
interesting. That's interesting and stuff. We're gonna come right back to that after you're done, because I want to know why y'all don't eat these. Because Black Americans, we eat these greens all the time, especially collard greens.
Yeah,
I want to know why you. I want to know why y'all don't eat these because we eat collard greens, we eat mustard greens, we eat kale, and we eat spinach like it's going out of style. Okay, so
right.
we're gonna. All right, we'll get back to that. Let's go back to how you cook your greens. Go ahead.
Yeah, so our greens is basically on the I call it contumely and then the cabbage and the green pepper and stuff and then curcuma or something else. Yeah. So we mix it and then we chop it together and make sure it's well cooked because we know grains most of the time have organic on it because
Hmm.
every animals when they base on the grain they hide themselves because they love the grain. Something which is green, when you are going to cook it, you have to make sure you cook it very well. Because
Okay,
organic,
now stop. Stop right there. Now that's very important. You know why? The reason I'm glad you said that. Now, let me explain something to y'all why they do that. You heard what she said, right? That there's some animals. She's talking about pests, like flies or whatever, right? In
right,
Africa, they don't spray their greens with pesticides like they do over here. Okay, their stuff is natural and picked raw, so they have to clean them and cook them a different way. See, our greens and stuff have pesticide sprays on them, and so they kill the bugs and stuff like that. In Africa, they don't deal with that. All their stuff is organic and fresh, so it may have pill bugs on it or whatever. When they pick it, they got to clean it themselves, and they have to cook it a certain way to make sure that there's no remnants of the bugs that was eating away at the vegetables are still on there, or any bugs themselves that are still on there. As far as I know, they don't have a plane flying around dropping chemtrails and stuff and spraying all of the farms with pesticides and shit. So their vegetables are much different than ours. They don't have them pesticides, so they got to go the extra mile to make sure that their food is safe to eat. Am I right, Thunder Princess?
right. You are right.
Break it down.
Yeah, that's
Lay it
yeah,
on us.
it's true. Yeah, it's true because we don't have those things to spray our vegetables or anything. So the right way for us to go is that we cook it on fire very well, so that those purifiers will die from it. When we eat, we are not going to have any problem with it. That is why you see us cooking it very good, so that it will be cooked. It will be cooked well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And,
before we
and
eat it.
and again, this is Team Black Star, and this is our African-based show. For those who are new to it, truth is, um, the reason why we're doing this show because we felt some information may have gotten taken out of context last night, and we wanted to set the record straight and give everybody the full information. Okay, who may have been thinking one way because the information wasn't all there, or it may have been taken out of context. And so, one of the things that was said about how they cook their food, this is the reason why. You see, you have to understand their country is set up differently than ours. They have a lot of control over their agriculture than we do. We have white people controlling our agriculture who are spraying our foods with all kinds of chemicals that are killing us. Okay, yes, you get your collard greens from the stores and you don't have nothing on them, but they've been sprayed. You understand what I'm saying? Their greens are not sprayed. So they get theirs straight naturally from the earth. There may be ants on them. It may be different types of bugs on them. They got to make sure that those vegetables are cleaned off, washed properly, and cooked at a temperature for a certain period of time to make sure there is nothing left behind that can cause them to get sick. Because I remember you mentioned something about webs on the greens, right? Abby, webs.
Right, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you pick the greens, you can see worms on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and we don't use vinegar or other stuff to wash it. So we wash it by clean water, and then when we cook it, we think our cook is the vinegar for us. The fire and then the hot water is the vinegar for us, because
Okay.
it's powerful more than the vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, now, let's go back. We talked about greens, right? Now, Americans, Black American, we love our collard greens. Man, don't even get me started on the collard greens, neck bones, and hot sauce. All right, it's a wrap. Okay, we love collard. Black folks eat collard greens like nobody's business. Okay, we like mustard greens, we like turnip greens, we like kale and spinach. I'm a big spinach guy. I love spinach. Now, are these greens that Africans eat? If not, tell us why you don't eat these kinds of greens, starting with the collard greens.
Okay. It's not that we have a problem with it, but just that we don't feel it when we eat it. Most of us don't feel it. Other people like it, but most of us don't feel it because our great great fathers and our great great parents did not teach us those things, how to eat those things. Before the white people came over here and they start eating those things, and then some of us learned from them, but we did not eat because our forefathers teach us from we eating our local uh, vegetables.
Okay, now let me. eh, Okay, now let me drop something on you. Right, the term slave food was mentioned last night. Now let me break it down to you what slave food is. Our ancestors, when they were over here, they was fed what they would call pig slop. Okay, that was anything that was left over that they put in a big old pile of mush for pigs, right? Well, they modified that and fed it to the slaves. Things like ham, pork, ribs, chicken, whether it be fried, ham hocks, collard greens, rice, um, uh, all kinds of like mustard greens or whatever, right? And so black people, because we are creative, we added things to it because we got so used to eating that food, because that's all that they would feed our ancestors was the slop. So we pretty much made it into more of a presentable cuisine that is now called soul food. So black people's soul food, which derives from slave food, goes as this: collard greens, cornbread, corn on the cob, ham, fried chicken, ham hocks, black eyed peas, lima beans, peach cobbler, sweet potato pie, apple pie. I may be missing some things out. Macaroni salad, potato salad, um, banana pudding, rice pudding, um, barbecue ribs, short ribs, um, um, fish. Okay, but mostly catfish. And the whiting fish. So that's pretty much the Black American cuisine. It's called soul food. Okay,
Okay.
all right. And so when the term slave food was mentioned, it was in context of you guys was eating food that our ancestors were fed. Okay, and really, our diet isn't a healthy diet at all. As you can see, we're suffering from all kinds of ailments, diabetes, high blood pressure, you name it. Okay, we don't have a very, very good diet. But that's where our cuisine comes from, the slave food. Okay, and so when it was mentioned last night, right, it was in context of, well, Africans are eating some of the same foods that our ancestors ate. Okay, so you guys are also eating slave food. Okay, and the slave
Okay.
food would consist of the collard greens. I never heard about you guys eating collard greens. Okay, what about pig, like pork, like ham, barbecue ribs, potato salad, macaroni salad? Do you guys do that, or what?
Okay. We do have porks over here. Other people chew pork, other don't chew pork, and we have the macaroni. But the macaroni, we don't do it as a salad. We have our own way to prepare our macaroni. Like we cook the macaroni and we fry with egg and then salad, the cabbage, carrots, onion, and those stuff. We fry with it, so you can see it like a salad, but it's not a salad, and you can eat it. That's how we do
Mm.
our macaroni. The better pig, they cook it, and some people do a barbecue with it. People that they chew pig do the same thing,
Mm.
and they know how to cook it. They make sure they take away the fat or the oil from pig. I know pig have more oil, but people understand that the pig oil that didn't stay or that didn't stick in you when you chew pig.
So, okay, now tell us why you cook certain foods the way you do. Does it have anything now? Now, okay, now of course Africa is much different than America. Okay, you mentioned the
Right.
other day that it gets very, very hot over there. So
Right.
does that affect the way you cook your food?
No, it doesn't affect it. That is how our great great forefathers teach us how to prepare our food. In
Hmm.
those olden days, they don't cook, they make sure their food is well cooked. So when they are were teaching us, they teach us the same thing for us to know how we prepare the food good. And then,
Hmm.
we've been starting eating some kind of food, all because when the white people start coming over here and they bring their food, which is not good, and we start eating or learning from them. how to eat their food. But in the olden days, our forefathers don't eat those food. Only thing they eat is our local food over here. So they don't have
Hmm.
nothing about high blood pressure, diabetes. In the olden days, we don't have it in Africa. But when the white people start coming here and we start eating some of their food, and then we also started getting those sicknesses over Africa here.
Hmm.
That was the one problem we were facing by eating those food. That's why you see more Africans don't want to be involved in the way the white man cooks their food, but they want to do it like the way their forefathers did them.
Hmm. Because your forefathers were healthy.
Right.
Now that you've let this devil come over to your country, and you and I, we've had extensive conversations about this devil being in your country and what it means for y'all, you know, and how he's going to do nothing but bring disease and sickness to your people,
Yeah. They
you
have
know.
already right. They have already bring the diseases, and now our people, as a black Africans, which we are blacks, now we are suffering for most of the African American, as American, sorry, from our white people sicknesses that they used to suffer. We are suffering from it. Just that because we are in a great position that our weather itself suck away some of the sicknesses or some of the diseases they bring into Africa because of the
Hmm.
environment and then because of the weather being hot. So some of the sicknesses cannot stay over here.
Hmm. Let me ask
Because
you
they
a
keep
question.
okay.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Let me ask you a question real quick. Why won't okay? Why won't the Africans turn away from the Western influence? Is it because that it's a money thing? Of course, we're gonna get into something else too here in a minute that also came up last night that we want to tackle. Okay,
Okay.
about how some African people. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find something. Um, give me. Hold on one second. Dang,
Yeah, so you know,
dang. Hold on, Abby.
Yes.
Dang. Do me a
Uh-huh.
favor. Take over for 5 minutes. With Abby. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
find some. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll be right back, y'all.
okay.
Okay. So what you go ahead what you were saying, Abner?
No, I was trying to tell them like so we shouldn't see Africa because they know Africa being a poor country, a poor continent. That's why you see most of Africans eating other food that they don't supposed to eat because of the poorness and the people cannot afford the food that they're supposed to eat. Yeah, but we don't eating like a slaves.
Okay. There's a question in the chat. Truth is, want to know what foods do y'all eat over there, made by the whiteys, white people.
Okay, okay, something like pizza, burger. Those time we don't have it over here. We don't have pizza. We don't have, and we don't normally use cheese. We don't use cheese in our food. But because of now, we are learning how they eat. We also put cheese in some of our food. We eat pizza. We eat sausages. We eat other hot dogs and stuff. We be eating them. But in those days, we don't eat. We don't even know what hot dogs. We don't know. So we start being with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because getting us a clue that maybe there's some stuff we need to avoid because, hey, that's our ancestors had the choice to eat, and now we got choices. You know,
Right,
get close to our roots. So if y'all don't eat that, maybe we shouldn't either. But
right.
but some of y'all are starting to try it too. Is it do you think it's mostly curiosity, or is because it's available and they can afford it?
Okay, because I think because it's available and now you see the environment or the system itself have changed. We have people on social media seeing other stuffs, learning how to do other things. So some of us that we have been into school, we learn some of the things also in social media. We see many things goes on and we try to pick it up. But we are not we're picking up to use it, but we are not doing we don't know that we're killing ourselves. That's the problem. We don't know that we are killing ourselves. Instead of we to learn the right thing that our forefathers teach us or our forefathers leave it to us, we are not doing it that one. We leave that one aside and we are trying to learn what the white people teach us over here.
Hmm. Okay, so once they realize it's no good for them or it's making them sick or something, do they stop or is it, hey, it's something to eat?
Okay, that is what I like about this question. You see, most of us doesn't eat those food. If you're going to eat it, it becomes one at a time or once a while. We don't normally go and eat it like the way normally is it be our one of the food to eat. No, we eat it maybe basic on a occasion or maybe a parties that you can find people eating those pizza and those burgers,
Hmm.
yeah, or hot dogs and stuff. Yeah, but normally we don't eat because people cannot even afford it. People cannot buy. We have people over here that they never tasted a sausage or they never tasted a pizza before because they don't have the money to afford it.
Well, that's a good thing. Might be saving their life or
Right,
keeping them from being sick.
right.
But here in America, the no good food is cheap and the real good food is expensive. So hmm
Yeah,
so
because they don't want you to be healthy. That's why they make sure the good food being expensive and the unhealthy food being cheaper so that you can go or afford for the cheaper one more than the real one, you know, because they don't want you to be healthy. They don't want you to be strong. That's why they came over here to pollute Africa environment, to pollute African people, to make them unhealthy. But thanks be to our forefathers that what they put in us is very strong. So even though they are teaching us how to eat their food, we still go for our own. Yeah, we still go for our own. We don't base on their own.
yeah. Okay. Now I know we keep asking y'all about the greens and stuff like that, but for us the greens are probably the most healthiest food there is. It's just that the way we cook it tends to be unhealthy. Um, because because we either highly seasoning it, we use might put fat back in there or smoked meat and stuff like that, or we cook it so much that the nutrients is cooked out of it. Although although I have doubts about that because the older folks would tell us that to either to drink the pot liquor or to make sure you got the pot liquor sprinkled on there. The pot liquor is called the liquid that from all the greens you cook because the
Mhm.
nutrients is in the water. It's been cooked out of the vegetable and is in the water that you cooked it with. Hmm.
Right. That's why when you cooking those vegetables, you have to make sure you wash it very well. So when you cook it, you are going to use the water that cooked from the
Hmm.
vegetables or the greens.
Hmm.
You're going to use the same water so that you have the nutrients that which come out from the greens. You still receive it from the water.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And a lot of the greens, I was taught to cook to clean the greens with salt water to kill the bugs and the slugs that might crawl on it or might be caught in between, and to go through every leaf and to peel off the or cut away the pieces that can't be eaten. But maybe if you cook it long enough, it can be eaten. But
Okay.
we don't care for greens to the mush.
Okay,
Like,
I'm there.
Right.
oh hey Max, I was about to show Abana a picture. When we say
Uh-huh.
collard greens, if you can see the picture, Abana, this is collard greens. This is what we talked about when we say collard greens.
Okay, what are
Yeah,
we
I
doing?
know.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
Oh, I put on the screen the what collard greens look like. Cause apparently it may not be in Abana's part of Africa, but in places like Kenya and Tanzania,
Yeah,
they
it's there.
use collard greens.
All right, I'm not going to get into a collard green thing. We was on something else.
Okay, all right.
Um, where see where were we before I
Yeah,
had to get off?
no, we were about to talk about what they be saying African people when you do something for them. I think that was the question you're about to ask.
Okay, yeah,
There
yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah,
question
yeah.
in the chat about what foods in Africa that Whitey has brought and made that the Africans
Okay,
been eating over there.
okay, fine. I'll take it from here, Dave. Thanks a lot. Okay, you can go back on mute. Okay, everybody, I'm sorry about that, but we're back. Team Black Star, the Black Knights, back in the house. Had to get off for a second. All right, Abby. So where we left off at, we was getting ready to move on into something, but before we do that, we do have a question for you in the chat by Truth is. He said, what kind of foods that Africans eat over there that was brought by the white man?
Okay, I've already answered that question. We
Okay.
eat yeah, pizza, burger, sausage, hot dogs. It's brought by the white man.
Oh yeah, I remember you
Yeah,
told me sausage and hot dogs were absolutely awful. And you're right, they
yeah,
are. Ain't y'all ain't nothing good about sausages and hot dogs. I don't
right.
care what they try to tell you. That ain't nothing but pure grease. There's nothing good. No, you know. All right, but anyway, okay, so we're gonna slightly move off the food. If anybody has any questions for the Thunder Princess about the food, she'll be glad to answer them. So we're gonna move
Right.
now over towards the quality of life and how Africans generally treat people. Now, another thing that was mentioned that we wanted to clear the air about. Now, I haven't heard this, but it was brought up that Abby, some Africans who think that if you now I don't know if this some we don't I don't even know if it's true. Okay, but we want you to explain this once and for all. Okay,
Okay.
do you know of Africans, or have you ever heard of Africans saying things to people who are generous to Africans that they're fools?
I never see anybody like that, and I
Hmm.
never hear anybody saying such a thing to someone who is trying to generate Africans. I never seen that before,
Hmm.
and I never heard anything like that before.
Now, do you think that this might be a rumor going around or something? Somebody could have started a rumor about this. Could somebody have some kind of agenda towards Africa to say something like that?
Okay, one, I would say it might be a rumor or
Hmm.
someone have his own mind towards Africa or something that maybe happens to her and or he towards Africa and he would just want to say such a thing to disgrace Africa or to make Africa sound bad.
And I have to say, I've never experienced that. Even with the Nigerians that I don't like, they've never even came out of their face like that. And Africans, what I like about Africa people, they have a strong sense of family. And so you can tell why our families in America at one point were so strong because our ancestors had that in them. And you can see when you go to Africa, it's like going back in time. They have that strong family bond. They have that strong sense of family, right? It's like if you help one of them, you help their whole family. They don't just take the money for themselves. Like you got some people here. If you give them $100, $200, they put that money in their pocket. To hell with what their brothers and sisters are doing. They got their little 200. They gone. But you give $200 to one of them, and they go help out their whole family. They don't just eat for themselves. And we used to be that way, believe it or not. That's the way we were back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And even earlier than that, we had the same mentality. We were about family, and we helped our family. We made sure our brothers and sisters ate. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't imagine someone in a position like they are over there in Ghana working for 30 CDs a week. Wait a minute, how much they pay for a month? What's the average job over there a month, Abby?
Some other people eat 300 cities, somebody 200 cities, someone 100 cities in a month.
Okay, so let's go down the line. How much is 300 CDs in America?
Okay, I think it's $60. Or I think
Uh,
it's 30. Yeah, now it is $30.
300 CDs is $30?
Yeah,
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wow, whoa, 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 whoa. 300 CDs is 30 bucks?
yeah, $30.
So you telling me somebody working 30 days, busting their hump for $30?
Yeah,
See, people, this is what I'm talking about. They got us effed up. Ain't no way in hell one of us over here is working 30 days for no $30. And then at the end of 30 days, sometimes they don't even get paid, right, Abby?
yeah. Sometimes they pay you as a carry forward. They hold on your money so maybe in the middle of next month, the other month before they pay you. They don't pay you at the right ending of the month. Some
Now,
people collect. Yeah.
now the reason why I brought that up, I want y'all to use common sense, right? Why would somebody in a position like that be ungrateful when you help them? Why would they look at you like you a fool if you're helping them?
Right.
I'm not saying, I want y'all to think about that for a second. I want y'all to really, really, really put that into perspective. You got somebody busting their hump for $30 a month, which is slavery as far as I'm concerned. Okay, $30 a month. You go over there and you throw them a few extra CDs to help them out. You think that they would turn around and call you a fool?
Never.
I don't think so. Okay. Now that's 300 CDs. You sure that's $30?
Yeah. Now $1 is 6 cities. $1 is 6 cities over here. So $30 is 300 cities.
God. All right, so I'm scared to go with the other one. Okay, 200 CDs.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think it's 50 dollars. Yeah, I think it's $50. Yeah. Let me check it very well
All
because
right, wait a
60
minute, wait a minute,
times.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We got it messed up. Let's look at the conversion rate again.
Yeah, I have to check like the
Yeah,
rate over here. Six
yeah.
times.
Hold on 1 second. Dang.
Yes.
50 times.
Do us a favor while we're talking. Look up
Oh,
the conversion
okay.
rate, okay, for us.
I
Uh
get
huh.
a rate over here. $1 is 6 cities. So $50 is still going to be 300 cities. Sorry for that.
$50. Okay, so $50. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so $50 is 300 CDs. So how much is 20? How much is 200 CDs?
30, about 33.
Okay, so $33 is 200 CDs and 100 CDs.
Oh, okay.
Is I think 50. Let me see. Let me do it.
About $17.
Okay, $17. Okay, so people, you got people, and this is not two or three. Okay, dang, go on mute. Somebody got background noise. Okay, so people, you're not talking about two or three African people. Okay, a lot of Africans in Ghana work for this kind of money. A month, they get paid $50. Some get paid $30, and some get paid $17. And then some of them at the end of the month, the employer got the nerve to tell them, "I will pay you next month." Now you know that ain't flying over here. Somebody gonna get their ass whooped. Okay, I'll be damned if I work for 30 days. You can tell me some damn $50. Somebody gonna get their ass whooped. All right, now my thing is this: imagine a person like that working for that kind of money. You think that they would be ungrateful if you reached out and
Ne-
helped them? You think that they would call
Never.
you a fool? I'm just saying, use your common sense. Just think about that for a second. Does that sound like that's a real thing? That, oh, you a fool if you help us and you help Africans, you give them a few extra CDs, you're a fool. Does it sound like those people to be that ungrateful? I don't think so. Don't make any sense to me. I'm not sure why it would make sense to anyone else, especially people who've been over there and see what's going on over there. But it is what it is. People believe what they want to believe. But personally, I don't
Right.
believe that. I've talked to Ghanaians. I've met some other Ghanaians via Victoria. They cool people, man. They just like us, y'all. You can tell that this is where we come from. Africa's where we come from. If you really sat down and spent some time with one of them and talked to them, after a while you will realize you pretty much talking to yourself. They just like us.
Right.
They just got a different custom. They speak multiple languages. They have a heavy accent, but pretty much deep inside, they are just like, you can tell this is where we come from. But you won't know that until you actually sit and spend time and really get to know one of them and talk to them. Me and Abby talk every day. I got to know her. She's no different than my sisters. They just like my sisters. She's no different. She's just that she's got an accent. You know, she speaks multiple languages, but you're just like my sisters. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all just gotta talk to them. Spend time, talk to them, hang out with them, and you'll find out, man, they just like your brothers. They just like you. You're just like them. And they going through it over there in their own country. And like I said, it's not that they don't want to fight for their country. Okay, they're being overpowered at the moment because there are other countries who are extremely powerful and have a lot of resources fighting to keep them oppressed. You got China with all of their manpower, you know, giving all of these goon squads guns, you know,
Yeah.
these goons are going there to Congo, killing whole families, trying to strike fear in people. So they're pretty much outgunned right now. Okay, and so in a country where you're not allowed to carry guns, they are at an extreme disadvantage when you have goon squads that are armed to the teeth. So it's not as easy as saying, well, how come y'all let them take over your country? It's not that easy, homie. There's a lot of shit going on over there that's preventing that from happening. There are African people over there fighting every day to try to liberate their country from these bums. They know what's going on. They know these politicians are crooked. Okay? But the deck is heavily stacked in the favor of the politicians. They got all of the guns. They got all of the fucking manpower. They got all of the resources on their side. The people are fighting with nothing. The people are basically fighting back with rocks, sticks, garden tools, up against armies that are armed to the teeth with high-powered weaponry and body armor. That's what's going on. It ain't like they just sitting back talking about, oh, take my country. No. They're being overpowered. They're up against the enemy right now that outguns them, has more resources and more weapons and better weapons. So as we move back to the Thunder Princess, so what else did we want to address, Abby? There's something else we want to talk about too, right?
Yeah. I want to talk about like the ungrateful things that they were saying that African be we are not ungrateful. Africans be grateful people. Whenever you do something to them, they appreciate it and they love it. They never be ungrateful to anybody.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
talking, yeah, I'm talking right directly for especially Ghanaians because I'm in Ghana. I
Hmm.
never see them be ungrateful if you do something to them. They appreciate. They're always grateful for what you do for them. And their family always love to be with you because what you
Hi,
be doing
Mella.
for them,
Uh-huh. I'm sorry.
yeah.
How you doing, Mella? Mella coming around being nosy. Hey, Mella, what's going
Uh,
on, sweetheart? Go ahead. Go ahead,
right.
Abby.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we shouldn't think that is what Africans or that is what Ghanaians we think. We don't think that way. We love you as the way we love our brothers and our sisters. So
mhm.
we want to be with you, and that is why we are trying to connect each other to ourselves. We try to
Uh,
hold each other like the way we hold our brothers and sisters over here. So we shouldn't think that people being saying Africans being ungrateful or Africans being seen be foolish when you do something to them. Never. It's not that way. We are not doing that over here.
uh,
Nobody should think that way. These are what some of the things I want to address is over here for everybody to hear what is going on. And people are trying to be ungrateful to sit on Africa, trying to say Africa being a bad. And yeah, I know we are not perfect. No one is perfect. Everybody have to understand that no one is perfect. But like we being ungrateful to each other, never.
And I want to also say, before we close up, because this is really only an hour-based show, and we'll open it up for like 10 or 15 minutes for any questions for the Thunder Princess. But before we go into that, I want to say this, black people. We have to stop feeding into propaganda. Propaganda is what's keeping us from connecting to our ancestors, our people. These are our people, man. There's no doubt in my mind that this is where we come from. When you interact with these people over a period of time, you'll see what I'm talking about. I can't explain it to you. You have to find one of them and build a relationship with one of them and talk to them, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It'll jump out at you. It's almost like talking to a reflection of yourself. The more you understand them, the more you understand who you are. Like, okay, I sound like that. Yeah, I think like that. You understand what I'm saying? The more you talk to them, the more it comes out. Like I said before, I met before I even knew the Thunder Princess like that, right? You sound like a regular African to me. But the more I talked to her on a daily basis and really got to know her, she started sounding more and more like one of my sisters. I'm serious. I'm like, wait a minute, she sounds just like my older sister. She sound like my younger sister. You started to sound like my sisters. You know, but you won't experience that if you let propaganda keep you from connecting to your people. And I think that now that I'm studying Marcus Garvey, because I never really studied Marcus Garvey before, now I'm really getting into it harder because now I agree with what he's talking about. Black people need to focus on going to Africa and building a nation there. We can get it cracking over there. I'm telling you that right now. We can get it cracking over there. Okay? And all kinds of stuff is keeping us from doing that. We got to get around all of this BS and take a trip over there, talk to the people, get to learn the people, man. These are some of the nicest people I ever met. And I used to hate Africans. Those who know me when I first started my channel, I couldn't stand Africans because I had a big problem with slavery. You know, I was mad. I couldn't even, you know, but somebody knocked me upside my head and made me think. And I started thinking and I started reaching out, started talking, and I started finding out information that they didn't know what happened to us and that they were being lied to. Abby, tell the people what white people told y'all about us.
Yeah, white people tell us that the brothers in America don't think about them. They are good. They are kings and queens over there. They have money. They are rich. Don't think about them. Think about yourself over here. They always live good and they don't want to be trying to come to you. They don't want to be closer to you because the money they have. You know, they tell us all things possible, like we shouldn't think about you because you feel good over there. So a lot of Africans think that Black Americans in America like kings and queen. Firstly,
And
I
so,
used to be that. Yes, firstly, I used to see that. But so
mhm.
me come closer to Black Americans, brothers, sisters, and I start listening to them, then I see that no, that's not true. They lie to us and they lie to you too.
and so think about this, people. You're talking 500 years ago. You see, we thought that our people in Africa, our ancestors, never cared about us. They inquired about us. They wanted to know what was going on with us. Now, you're talking about a time where they had no internet. They couldn't just turn on the TV and see world news. There was no BBC back then. So all they had was the word of the white man who came over there and and lied to them in the beginning, okay?
Yeah,
And the ruthless pieces of shit that helped them steal our ancestors.
exactly.
Okay? And so when they inquired about our people, what was going on, they was told that we were living like kings and queens over here. They was told that we had money, we're living good, don't worry about us over here, worry about yourself over here. And so they thought that we were doing good. So you have to understand something. When you come from a culture that doesn't lie or doesn't understand lying or don't know what lying is, right? They take people for what they say. Now we can call that being naive, naivete, whatever you want to call it. But understand, they came from a culture that didn't lie. They didn't know what lying was. All they knew how to do was tell the truth. So they assumed everyone else would tell the truth too. So when the white man told them that, they believed him. And then he turned around and tricked them and subjugated them as well. And so then it got to the point where we both was being subjugated and beaten and brutalized. They went through their thing of slavery over there too that we don't know about. So they did a number on both of us. They did a
Right.
number on us over here, and they did a number on them over there. So I had to find this out. When I found this out, that's when all my anger left me because I realized that they were lied to as well, and then they were also brutalized. You know, and one thing I like about Ghana so far, Ghana is just like living in America, especially Accra. Accra can be any city in the hood, right? They pretty much live the way we live. They hang in the street. They banging music everywhere. Cats is twerking. They got their little spirits. They smoke. They little rolling paper. Their little weed. They got their little slang. They pretty much live just like us. They just got a little healthier stuff going on. They got master herbalists everywhere. You know, we don't have that. They have exotic herbs and fruits and stuff that grow over there. They're privy to a lot of things that we don't have. They got gold grown in mountains and shit, diamond mine. We ain't got none of that over here, but they pretty much live like us, man. But you won't experience that until, like I said, you got to talk to one of them. And I don't mean like just high and by. Build a relationship with them. Kick it with them every day. Just talk to them on a regular basis, just about regular stuff. Don't be politically correct. Just talk about regular shit. And you'll see it. It'll come out. It'll hit you, be like, oh, shit, man, you just like me, just like my homie. It'll come, it'll just jump out at you. And it'll be just like talking to one of your brothers or one of your sisters. You know?
Yeah.
So, all right, where's the dame at?
Here I am.
Hey, drop the link real quick, the Black Star link to the panel. All right, y'all, we're going to drop the link for about 20 minutes. If anybody want to come up, talk to the Thunder Princess, anybody got any questions, this is the time to ask it. We're going to be running for another 20 minutes. We're at the end of the show. And so while we're waiting for questions or anybody want to come over the panel. So, Abby, are you satisfied with the show? Is there more you want to talk about? While we waiting for someone to ask a question, we got 20 more minutes to the show.
Okay. Right. I'm satisfied with the show. Once that we have addressed what's happened in the last night and some of the things that people don't know. And now we are opening it up for them to know what actually is going on in Africa or Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I cannot talk for all Africa. I'll talk for where I live or where I stay. I cannot
Mm-hmm.
talk in other countries that I am not there. I know I'm in Africa, but I'm in another country in Africa. Yeah, so I'm okay. I like it. Well, here's the one thing that I have to let my brothers and sisters in America should know is that, see, when you come, be like a child that you are supposed to learn something. Then you can see the good people or the good ones. See, we are not equal. We have the good and we have the bad. I would not say there's no bad in Ghana. There's bad people in Ghana. There's good one in Ghana. So when you come, be humble yourself. Be like a child who want to learn something instead everything bit by bit. Then you're gonna know or recognize the one who is bad and the one who is good.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't even care about people like that because to me that's ridiculous. I don't even waste my time with people like that. You don't want to go? Okay, you don't want to go. Don't come at me talking about, well, there's bad people. Look, you don't want to go, you don't want to go. I don't have time or any patience for ridiculous people. There's bad people everywhere. If you're going to only look for bad people, what are you going for? If I'm going to Ghana, I'm not going there to visit bad people. I'm not interested in bad people. Okay, I'm going there for other reasons. If you're spooked and you don't want to go and you want to use some lame excuse, oh, it's bad people over there. Okay, stay here. Stay here. Who
Right,
cares? There's bad people over here too. Make sure you stay
right,
away from them over here too. So
right.
yeah, I
But
don't
they
even.
don't understand,
Uh huh.
what you're saying is true, but some of us or some of them, some of black Americans doesn't understand that there's bad people also here. They think
Hmm.
all Africans are good. So when they
Yeah, but you
come,
too. Hold on one second. You're too grown to be thinking like that. See, we got to cut that shit out, man. You got to cut this fairy tale shit out. Okay. Too grown to be talking about some, oh, it ain't nothing but good people over here. Come on, seriously? Go ahead, a princess.
right. So when they come and then the bad thing happens to them, then they say, "Oh, I don't know that there's bad people here." You have to think twice. We have good, we have bad. Any place that you go and there's a good there, it's a bad people also there.
Oh, and one more thing I want to say too, people. You also got, believe it or not, you got black people over here who've gone over there and see what it's like and see that we can totally flip the script over there. But check this out. They're treating the Africans over there like the white man is treating them. You got some black people who go over there who feel that the Africans over there are lowly and beneath them and should serve them. And when that don't happen, they get mad and start bad mouthing Africa. Yeah,
Right,
you got some African Americans who go over there and see that it's a very impoverished situation over there, that they're pretty much working to live every day, and feel that they should be their slaves. You got some African Americans that go over there with a mentality of, well, hell, they made my ancestors slaves, so I'm going to make them slaves. I'm going to make them serve me. Believe it or not, you got some African Americans who go over there with that kind of mentality. And then when shit
yeah,
don't go their way, they start bad mouthing Africa. Oh, Africa ain't no good. They didn't serve me right. They had the nerve to say no to me, who they think they are, and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful of that too. And one more thing. Oh yeah, let's go over this Obroni thing. Okay.
right.
Now, y'all have heard that Africans call us all kinds of names, right? I think we heard Akata, right?
Akata.
Yeah, Akata. Then you got this Obroni thing, right? Me personally, I really don't give a damn about the names. That's just me. I could care less. But some brothers and sisters may feel some kind of way, and I understand that. Now, you have to understand. We just talked about how much most of these people make in a month. They work 30 days and make $50. Some even make less than that. So when you come over there, as far as they're concerned, you coming from the place of you're coming from the land of milk and honey. So they're gonna think you got money. Okay? Now
Right.
the term obroni, um, I know about it. I really don't care about it. But I talked to Abby about what is offensive to black people, what may be highly offensive to black people. Okay? And one of the things that's highly offensive to us is that if we go over there and you're treating white people better than you treat us, I'm gonna have a
Exactly.
problem with that. I'm gonna have a serious problem with that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, also, Abby, talk about how the Africans over there that thinks that white people are better and think that the people who are black are the ones treating them the wrong way. Tell me why you think that's going on, and touch on the Obroni thing too. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. The reason why. Okay. Here is the Bruni thing. Let me finish the Bruni thing first. You see, the reason why most of Africans or call Black Americans Obroni, it doesn't mean that they're calling them Obroni because they are white. They are not white because of the currency you have. See, our brothers who are from Africa that they are traveling to America or the States, when they come back home, we don't call them by their names. We call them
Mm-hmm.
Boga. And the
Mm-hmm.
Boga means Obroni. When somebody is calling you Boga, it seems like you're Obroni because
Uh-huh.
now you don't eat our currency anymore. You spend in other countries' currency. And now we see you that you are rich. You are no more poor again. So that is why we call Black Americans Obroni, Obroni. But we don't mean that they are white people. Oh, they are Obroni. They come from America. Wow. They have the money. They have more money. They are rich than we that we are here. You see, that is the where the Obroni comes in. But when it comes that we're gonna treat white people better than black Americans, let me tell you something. When a black American and a white people is standing there, African is going to choose a black American and leave the white. Or now, I'm talking about now, because in those days we never knew more about black Americans, but now we have know and we have hear a lot of black Americans. So when a white person and a black American is standing there, we're going to choose black American and leave the white, and we treat the black American good more than the white. Sometimes I know black Americans, some of them being thinking that why is it that Africans being treating white people? The people that we see them, they've been treating them good because of those days they have been with them for a long time. And that time they don't know much about black Americans. So
Mm-hmm.
now our generation that we have learnt a lot and we have listened to them a lot. We have to listen to Black Americans a lot. So we think, oh, Black Americans are our real sisters from Africa. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to mingle with them more than the whites. So now when you come to Africa and you are a black, we have love for you more than the whites. I tell you, unless someone who don't want to speak the truth.
Now, Ghana was one of the first countries in Africa to reach out to African Americans and said to us, "Come back home." They even admitted that there were some terrible things that took place by some unruly traders, and our
Yes.
people was taken from their homeland. See, that's why I want to go to Ghana because That's like one of the best places, y'all, where you can find where you come from. They were one of the first countries to reach out to us and say, "Come on back home." Now, other countries too have reached out since then. I think Kenya reached out. I don't know about Nigeria, but I know Ghana. I think there's three other countries. It's Ghana. I think Kenya is one.
I think
Um,
Kenya, Senegal or something also. I forget about that
yeah,
country.
yeah. It's two. It's two. It's three countries that I know. I can't get the other ones right now, but I know Ghana was like the first one. And Ghana was the one that's really coming. Like, look, come on back to your home. Okay, come back home. Now, let me ask you a question, Abby. Some people are
Okay,
saying that Ghanaians are doing this because they see that African Americans spend $1 trillion a year, and that the Ghanaians don't really love us. They see money and they want us to spend that money in Ghana. Is that true,
that's not true.
or do the Ghanaians really love us and really want their children to come home?
That is not the truth. They want their children to come home. They love
Mm-hmm.
their children because they have missed them a lot. It has been so long time that they haven't seen their children. Assuming you being with your children, then you never see them for a month. Look at how you feel. That is what Ghanaian people we feel. We think we have lost our children, we have lost them, and now we have found where they are. We are looking for them to come back home. It's not because of the
Mm-hmm.
money they have or because of what they have. We want them come and spend it over here. No, we love them from our hearts.
Hmm. Okay, works for me. All right. Anybody have any questions? Let me see. Nigeria. I've never been to Nigeria. I don't even like many Nigerians. Tell you the truth. Uh, I agree, Kendall. All right, everybody. Dan, come on in here.
Alrighty.
All right, everybody. Okay, Thunder Princess, we get ready to shut it down. Um, Give me your last words before we shut it down.
Okay, this is what I want to tell my brothers. Thank you for coming here and Ebony Star Network, the E Nation. We know you've been supporting us, but like and subscribe to the channel. We love you all. I love. I say hi to Kendall. Hi to everyone who is in the chat. I can see them, so I say hi to everyone. And thank you for coming to the show. Like and subscribe.
All right, y'all. This has been a broadcast of the Ebony Star Network. We're going to see y'all later on in the week for Ladies' Nights. And shout out to everybody who came in. Shout out to Truth is Kendall Rowland. All right, Dame, get us on out of here. Peace, power, unity, everybody. This has been Team Black Star.
Peace, power, unity.
Okay.